Hey everyone, today we're checking out the best M4A1 build that you can get at Gunny level 2. I'll also be talking about the best ammo you should use for this gun too, because the M4A1 right now is just a pure beast of a weapon. So let's jump into it. Okay, so starting with the M4A1 build, we're going to actually just buy the M4A1 piece from Gunny straight away. Once we have that, we right click and inspect, and it highlights all of the available parts that we can put on this thing so far. So straight up with the magazine, we're actually going to go with the AR-15, which is the 32 round DD magazine right here. It costs $77, but you do get an extra 2 rounds. Sometimes that's enough to save you in a very clutch situation. If you're not too fussed about the $32, well, not $32, the 32 round mag, then please feel free to go for the 30 round mag. I mean, you're saving about $20 there, just doing quick maths instead of doing accurate. But, like, you're saving a bit of money on this one for -2 bullets, so it's not a necessity. But when you're rocking over 100k, I really don't think money is an issue. So we're going to go with the AR-15 32 round mag. And then from there, we're going to come down to the weapon parts. Now, it's pretty simple because you don't really get that much choice here for the start bit. So, of course, you've got the upper receiver. We're going to need one of those, so just stick the only one available in there. You're going to need a buffer tube, stick that in there. You're going to need to then pick a grip, and the grips are pretty easy to tell which ones are the best ones. So if we open all of these up, we can talk you through them and inspect the first ones. So looking at the MOE pistol grip and the Torque pistol grip, you can see that the pistol grip on the right hand side, the Torque one, will give you 6% recoil control, 6% weapon handling, 4% arm stamina drain, and compared to the MOE pistol grip, that gives you 4, 2, and 2. So we're going to go with the Torque over that. We're then going to compare the Torque to the A2 pistol grip, and the A2 pistol grip just doesn't give us any stats at all, so let's just get rid of that. Then we have the MOE pistol grip again, and the Torque one, we already know the stats here, so we'll just get rid of that again. And then we have the Mod pistol grip FDE. Now this gives you 8% recoil control, 6% weapon handling, and 4% stamina drain, which means it's a slightly better grip than the Torque pistol grip, so we're going to actually purchase one of those. Then we can scroll back up, and this time we're going to need one of the handles. Now these charging handles are pretty neat. I quite like the design of them. I mean, if you look into the gun parts and stuff, it's pretty cool what they actually do. And here we've got the first one, which is the standard GI charging handle, 0% reload time, compared to the AR-15 grip and rip, which is 4%, so we get rid of the standard one. Then we compare the standard one to the F1 charging handle. That's -2 compared to -4, so we get rid of that. And then we have the SCH 5.56 charging handle, which gives us -4, and the AR-15 grip and rip also gives us -4. So these are pretty much the same. I believe one is slightly less. Yeah, so if you look here on the left, the AR-15 grip and rip is 0.03 kgs, while the charging handle on the right is 0.08. So it is a lot heavier, and it's a tiny bit more expensive. So we're going to pick the AR-15 grip and rip for this build. So let's just trade those on and stick these parts on the gun. There we go. And now we've got that, we can see it opens up a ton of more parts for us. Now, this is the excellent thing because this is what we want. Right now, we're also going to need a stock on the weapon, so let's talk about stocks. So we have the AR-15 M4A1 nylon stock, we have the M4 standard butt stock, we have the DD butt stock, and the butt pad. Now, in this case here, you've got a M4 standard buttstock that gives you 000 in all of the stats. The AR-15 M4A1 will give you 2, 2, and 0. So that one is just infinitely better. Then we can take a look here, and this one is kind of up to you comparing these two here. The extended rubber butt pad will give you 4% recoil control, but it gives you 0% weapon handling compared to the AR-15 M4A1 nylon stock. So if you want a bit more weapon handling, go for the nylon stock, but of course it will cost you a bit of recoil control. So in this case, we're just going to get rid of the extended rubber butt pad just for a bit more generalized build. But then we have the DD adjustable buttstock anyway, which comes in and gives you 6% recoil control compared to the 2%, and 4% weapon handling compared to the 2%. So the DD adjustable buttstock is just so much better. So we're going to pick a handguard here. We've got a couple to inspect. It's quite cool. I like these. I think a lot of people can use different ones depending on their build, but we're going to talk about the best one for our build. Let me just open these handguards up for you. Okay, so we have 6 handguards in total, so we do the comparison once again. First, let's get rid of the M4 carbon handguard. because it has 0 stats in all of the tools here, and it doesn't allow us to actually stick any more attachments on, so that's gone. Then we're going to compare the DDRIS and the AR-15 MOE M-Lock carbine, which is 0 stats compared to 12% recoil control, so the DDRIS 2 here wins. Then we have the X7M7 handguard, and compared this to the DDRIS 212. Again, the X7M doesn't win out here because it gives us 6% recoil control compared to the 12. Then we have the other attachment here, again, 8% recoil control, 8% recoil control. So the DDRIS 212 actually wins here. So we'll stick that in there. And then we're going to come up, and here's another choice for you guys. You've got a lot of selectable attachments that you can use for sights here. What I would recommend is actually going with the Spectre or the ACOG. Now, if you want to use the ACOG, you are going to have to buy a different attachment to put it on. But in this case, I really like the Spectre, so I'm just going to be attaching the Spectre. And then we just have to sort out a barrel. Now, the barrels are pretty easy to see. I mean, like, they go up from, like, a cheaper price to a higher one, like all other parts. But we have the 10.5 inch, the 14.5 inch, and the 16 inch. Now, the accuracy is the lower the better, I think, and if you look at this for longer range fights, the AR-15 barrel 16 inches is a lot better because it's more accurate at longer ranges. Plus, it gives you 8% muzzle velocity compared to the 0 and minus 10%. Now, for me personally, I'd probably say that this is up to you for what you want. But in this case of the build, we're going to go with the 16 inch. So we put those parts on. I'm just going to quickly buy these parts and attach them just to show you the build so far. And there we go. So we've almost finished our build. Okay, so for those who like a silencer on your build as well, you're going to need to buy the SF3P and the RC1. Once you've traded those, you can equip the two pieces together, but just make sure you have the space, otherwise it won't connect. Then we have the silencer on there. Because we also use the RIS-212, this also allows us to attach another handle to the front of the gun. So here we have a choice of the RVG foregrip, the RVG foregrip again, which is the exact same thing, and the shift foregrip. Now, these give you different stats. For example, the RVG both give you plus 6% in recoil control, 0% in arm stamina drain, and minus 10 weapon handling. Whereas the shift vertical grip will give you minus 10 arm stamina drain, 5% recoil control, and minus 2 weapon handling, which I don't think is a bad trade-off. A lot of people are saying right now that the shift vertical foregrip is actually the best, so we're going to use that. And then you'll notice that we actually do not have a gas block either, so you're going to have to open up these gas blocks here. You have the AR-15 JPGS and the DD-MK12 low-profile gas block. Now, in this case, the AR-15 GPGS will give you 7% recoil control, reduction, and 6% fire rate, while the low-profile one will give you 5% and also 0% fire rate. So in this case, we actually want to go with the AR-15 GPGS 10D. And once you purchase those two pieces, we can equip them, and there it is. The build is pretty much done. The next thing you're going to need to want is to actually pick an ammo type. When you reach Gunny level 2, you'll have access to the M855 and the M856. Now, in this case, the M855 is just better overall because of the armor piercing and also dispersion. A lot of people use the golden rule of use ammo with minus dispersion, and the M855 is literally the best one at Gunny level 2 for the M4 right now. So we throw this into our shopping basket and fill up on ammo for these. Once you're happy with that, don't forget to unload your current clip and then unload the bullets from that because it gives you some default ones which are pretty crap, and then you fill up the gun. And there we have the final build for the gun. Feel free to pause and copy all those parts down. There's a lot of great parts here. The gun is an excellent weapon. I'll show you in game as well. We'll just stick that on. It's a fantastic rifle, very accurate, very strong. Especially right now, the M4 just feels like the best gun in the game currently at these ranks. Oh, that guy's like, he's doing a little dance because I shot him. But yes, you guys will have a great time using this M4 build. It is absolutely fantastic. If you want to see the final stats, we can load it up for you again. And you can see there, plus 33% recoil control, minus 5% arm stamina drain, minus 12% weapon handling, and minus 9% reload time. And that's it for our M4A1 build. It is literally my favorite gun to run in the game right now. This build is my favorite one to use, especially because it just takes down enemies super quickly, especially with the M855 ammo compared to the AK. Now, I know a lot of you like to use the AK, so I actually have a build on the AKM. There will be one coming for the AK-74 soon, but I would actually recommend the M4A1 over the AKs regardless, just because they feel a lot weaker right now. But if you're adamant that you want to use an AK, feel free to use an AK. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like and subscribe for more Grey Zone Warfare, and I'll see you in the next one.